Okay. Simply the thing is what we did here, the initial value we have taken that I equal to 10 because I wanted to print the numbers from 10 to 1. So from where to start to, that value will be the starting value. Where you want to start the value, that is the initial value. Where you want to end it, that depends on the condition. I greater than equal, just I greater kept I greater than 0 means when it's decreased less than 1, then it becomes 0, it get the condition failed. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that is, so now if I wanted to print the even numbers between 1 to 10, print even numbers between 1 to some 20, for example. How to print that one? So initial value have to take 1 because 1 to 10, 1 to 20 I said. So 1 is the
Okay.
initial value. So this is a loop will continue till less than or equal to 20. Because I'm just including the value of 20, just use the condition is less than or equal to 20 here. Just when
Okay.
we wanted to, because here ask you to print that only even numbers. That means each and every number should be checked with that whether it is even or not. I modulus 2 equal to 0, then only that number should print here. Print of I here, or else should not print it. Now I equal to I plus 1. Simply we did here. So where we have to plus this one, just we have to make it is out of that condition statement, because this I equal to I plus 1 is belongs to while. It's not only belongs to that even numbers. When you click on that one, the only even numbers got printed here. Only even numbers got printed here.
So why are we giving I plus 1?
So because we have to increase the value, because it will not increase itself.
Okay.
Because just first you have check this one. I equal to 1, you had checked with that one. I 1 less than or equal to, and true condition 1 is not equal to 0. Just when you remove this one, the loop will not be repeated. See here, the loop will not be repeated. So that means it's increasing the value itself. So when you keep this one, when you run this one, then value will get the output. It's running.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's still running that.
Yeah. And I installed that GitHub.
Yeah, have installed, have created that account.
Yeah, I created that account. So after that, what should I do with it?
Just go to my account, search for Venki Naidu, then you'll get it. So like this one. Simply GitHub, when you have that one, search for my name simply. Okay. Search for simply what's your name you kept here?
Yeah.
Vikas, only Vikas. What's
Yeah.
your name?
Uh, Vikas Ravikanti.
Yes, yes.
VIKASRAVIKANTI.
No, no, we didn't got anything here.
Yeah, it's just Vikas Ravikanti. That's what I gave.
It's not showing anything here. Is this one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 3 days ago you have created. So just search my name and you'll get that repositories here. So just you have to create the repository here. To create that repository, you'll get a repository. If you wanted to create the repositories, you'll get, when you click on this one, it will show some repositories. See here, just when you wanted to create repository, will be created here. Just giving a, for example, your Python classes, just we have to give Python. Okay. So then after creating the Python, we'll be creating Python public or private. Sometimes we wanted to create one secret. So I kept
Yeah.
some secret projects. I have some data science projects or secret projects. So I
Okay.
kept in secret. Otherwise, I'll kept all the remaining parts will be our public parts only. Or else we can also import repository from our data. Okay. So just after creating repositories, you'll get repositories like this one. For example, when you open this one, we can upload data to this one by adding a file and upload file here. So whatever the things I kept uploaded here. See here, these are the uploaded files for the students what we taught to them. Okay. So likewise we can kept. So maintaining Jupyter, sorry, GitHub is very important for it.
Okay, to store all the classes.
Yes, yes, all not
Great.
only classes, we can also store our data. Data sets will be there in data science, or even when we are using testing, we have to keep some important files in this one. Okay, and also you can maintain your profile here clearly. Based on that one, you'll get more views. So while
Okay,
we
okay,
mentioning in a resume, we can keep details of GitHub also, and also should maintain that LinkedIn profile.
okay.
Okay, without missing of it. So LinkedIn profile is important. It's still running it. So let me end this session. I'll close it again. I'll open. Still running. Just try to close it. Just when it run this one, it will be executed and gives the output of only even numbers. See, likewise, we can work with that one. So for example, I'll write one example program here, which asks continuously enter the name likewise. This is called infinite loops. Total infinite loops with while. Just I'm asking the name. Simply just I taking a name of empty here. Just I have taken it. So here, just I do, for example, I have given Vikas as a variable name taken while of name equal to. So here just mentioning Winky. So here enter name again. Samnani. So because name is not matching, still is capital I because just I mentioned is not matched. When I mentioned because, then it stopped. Name matched. See here, how many times we entered the name? One, two, three, four. Fourth time it's got matched it. Still it's continuously checking with whether it is matched or not, whether it's matched or not. If it is not matched, simply it's asking again to use enter certain name. See here, ABC I mentioned, not matched, just not matched, not matched. So how many times this is while we running that games also we can work with this one. When you wanted
Yeah.
to create certain games, that is a guessing of name. When you guess the name, then name is got matched this one. And also on how many times you have taken to guess the name or guess the number. So we can keep counting of the numbers also. See here how to do that one. For example, just I'm taking a count equal to a 0. Every time which is not matched, then it should ask the user to check with the count equal to count plus 1 here. So name matched. Okay. So see here, just we'll count that one. When you run this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'll give that because see here, eighth time. The name matched eighth time. So you have taken 8 times to match the name. So it's like a game. So while we use running or while we creating a games, while loops will be very helpful. Okay. So in the situation like create it, the same concept will be used to count while we entering our passwords. When you try to enter passwords wrong 3 times, it will ask you to wait for 3 minutes or 1 minute. Again, it allows us to check the password again. So in those conditions, we'll use that while loops, creation of the while loops. Here, we can also create infinite loops with the help of this one. Infinite loop in the sense, for example, I equal to 0, I have taken while of name, for example, while of true. So what is the mean of true? True means always true condition, always true condition. I equal to I plus 1 simply. So when you print something like anything message, just so it will not terminate in single time. See here, it's still printing a hello, hello, hello. See
Yeah.
here, even when you move down, it's still printing up it.
Yeah. You're right.
It will not stop it. Even when you down it, it's still printing up it. So this creating infinite loop, it still is running. You can observe here. Still
Yeah.
Jupyter is running. It's showing star. It's not stopped. So to stop this one, simply false. It got stopped. It's running again. So loop is running back and
Yeah.
we have to close it again because it's created a infinite loop. Still it's running.
Yes. Yes.
Just we terminated infinite loop by just clicking on shutdown. So this is the loops will be created and nested while loop. So how to write the nested while loop? So how we return that nested loops with the for loop? Just let's see here. We didn't return any nested loops. I think for loop with the help. So see,
I
just I wanted to create nested loops with the for loop.
okay.
Nested if we discussed, no, but nested loops we not discussed. Nested loops. So nested for loop. So nested loops are very important in real-time applications because nested loop in the sense of while we using our mobile screen, as said that mobile keypad in first screen will get the numbers and alphabets, and second screen we have special characters, and third screen emojis like it. So
Yeah.
in keypad itself we have the different likewise nested loops. How to use it? Loop inside the other loop will be taken as nested loops. So example program, right? Program here. So for example, if I wanted to print the stars here clearly, just I close that one. So here, for example, these nested loops means for loop inside other for loop. So there we have one for loop inside other loop. For I in, for example, sequence S1. For J in sequence S2. See here, this loop is inside of this loop. Every time, while for example, I equal to 0, this loop will repeat from j equal to 0 to end of the j value. For example, jn minus 1 times will be repeated. That means while we executing for loop each time, it runs for multiple times. How many number of times it will be executed? So here, with the help of nested loops, we'll create a matrix formats here. This is the matrix format. There we have rows and columns. For example, I have that 3 by 3 matrix here with the stars. So these are the rows and these are the columns we have it. So that means this is the 3 by 3 matrix. Every time if you wanted to access this one, we have to get that row value and also column value. Then only we can get this value. So that means rows, for maintaining of rows, we require one for loop. For maintaining of columns, we require one more for loop. That means
Okay.
nested loops. We require two for loops. It's our dependent loops only. So how to work with this one? So just I'm writing a program here for I in, for example, range of, here I'm taking a sequence range of 4, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that means 4 means total we get 4
Yeah.
here, and for j in range of same, just I want to take range of same 4. Nested for loop. See here, there we have an indentation, the space after the for loop. Then only
Yeah.
it can become under loop of this one.
Yeah.
Just I wanted to write a print of here. So what wanted to print? I wanted to print a star. Just I wanted to print star here. Just I kept it. So after printing of star, I wanted to give a space here. Without giving space, let me show that. After printing of each row, just I am printing it. Actually, I am expecting rows and column wise, but how it's printing? It's printing in line wise. So how to get that row wise? See, just I'm copying it for a modification. Just I'm giving it here. Just I giving end equal to in double quotes. Just I kept a space. Even if I run this one, it will give that horizontal wise. See how we got that data horizontal wise. Previously we
Yeah.
got that vertical. Now we
Vertical.
given end equal to space. That's why we got that in row
Okay.
wise. See, if you wanted to get that in rows and column wise, see here, after completion of for loop, just to see, I entered and came out from that inner for loop. Just I'm using only empty print function. Empty print function which gives that new line. So that means after printing of 3 stars, it will convert that to 4 by 4. See here, 4 by 4 matrix got. Just we kept this line. Because of this line, we got the output of 4 by 4 rows stars here. So that means this is after printing of each row, after printing of each row elements with the help of inner for loop, we are printing again new line.
So in case if we need 3 by 4, that means for I will give 3 and for J will
Yes,
give
yes, yes, yes. 3 by 4 means we can change the values.
4.
Simply you have to change that 3. When you run this one, we'll get the, see here, 3 rows and 4 columns.
Yeah.
We can change any values. So here we printed the stars. Now I wanted to print the numbers. 4 by 4 I have taken. I wanted to print the numbers instead of star. Simply have to print I value. If I print the I value, what will be the expected output? First, it will print 0, 0, 0. Next line 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. 3 values, still 3 values will get. Here 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. See here, why it's not changed that? It's a printing of same value in rows, because I will modify it when it completes the one row. After
Okay.
getting failed of inner for loop, then let's go to increase the value of outer for loop.
Okay.
So when it's get failed, when it's printing that z equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, when it reaches to 3, it get failed.
Okay.
Then only I will be increased again. So next value, just I pasted here. If I keep that j value instead of I, if I keep j value, it print 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. See here,
Okay.
0, 1, 2, 3. Because each and every time we are printing j value 0, j value 1, j value 2, j value 3. Again, it's printing j value.
Okay. So here it is because it is range of 4, we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So in case of uh, 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 without range, if we need different numbers for each one.
Yes, yes. Now we'll check that one. For example, I wanted to print a certain required numbers in between our required range. For example, I wanted to print the numbers between 2 to some 8. In between the 2 to 8. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will get it. And here for j simply we kept here, and I wanted to print I value. So when you run this one, see what's the value we got at 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. Till 7 we got it.
Okay.
So we given the range of L. Or else we can also give by taking a third value as a value. So I wanted to print the numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 continuous numbers.
Yeah.
To take that one, simply I'm keeping a 4 again, and just I wanted to take k equal to 1. See here, just I wanted to print k value, and I wanted to increment the k value, k equal to k plus 1. To do this one, simply we'll get it. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for better spacing, just I'll give the spaces here.
Okay.
Or else I'll reduce one space. It reprint sequence. It's a 2-digit number, that's why it's not arranging proper way.
Okay. Okay.
So but it's reprinting continuously 1 to 16 values.
Okay.
So here I taken a third value. Now if I wanted to print characters or anything like it, for example, if I wanted to print a triangle wise, see a triangle wise means a not square one, not squared matrix. If I wanted to print triangle matrix here, I have to take numbers, for example, in n value. For example, n equal to 5. Here, 1 comma n plus 1. Just here also take that 1 comma n plus, still take I. Here triangle wise printed. So how what I changed simply just in first row you have to print 1. In second row we have the incremented value. I value become 2, 2, 2 threes, and third row 3, 3, 3 fours, and fourth row 4 fives. So that means row wise. If it is first row, one element, second row 2 elements, third row 3 elements, fourth row 4 elements.
Okay.
So what's the value we are printing here? Only I value. Just I wanted to print stars. Simply by changing the values stars. That means instead of this one, simply I'll kept a star, printing of star here. Here, only stars got printed here. So likewise, we can print any values. Anything can be printed as per our requirement of the data. So instead of I, we can, if I print a Z, then what will be printed? See here, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just by changing the values or position of the values, the outputs, we got different data outputs.
Yes.
So likewise, we can print. These are called pattern programs. Patterns means, why will you use these patterns means, will work helpful in data science applications or real-time applications like web applications. When you are working with that security of the data, will give passwords for each and every layer. So
Yes.
layer wise, like in Linux, as we know that Linux, we have that command based OS. For every layer, it asks the user to enter the password.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That is a protection of that one. So the next concept, we have the transfer statements. In Python, we have that transfer statements. So what is the transfer statements? We have it. Yes. So because in control statements, we have three types. One is conditional, second one is iterative, and third one is transfer statements. So transfer statements means just execution, transfer the execution from there to other place. So automatically the execution is transferred, either stopped or either continued, depending on the condition. So in transfer statements, basically we have that three. One is a break, continue, and pass. We have three transfer statements. One is a break, and the second one is continue, and third one we have that pass. So these are the three transfer statements we have. With the help of this one, we can transfer the execution. So how do you build? First one will go with a break. Okay, how the break will be used. Here, just I'm going to take one example program here for I in range of 10. So actually, this function will print normally. See here, for example, if I use the print of I, what it will print the numbers from 1 to 10. See here, 0 to 10, 0 to 9 numbers. Initially, we start with the 0 to 9. Now I wanted to stop the execution at when it reaches to 6. When it reaches to 6, if I wanted to stop that one, we have to use that break statements here. I have to check each and every element of this one. If I equal to 6, when it reaches to sixth element, that is a 6 number, it needs to stop that one. So how it will be stopped? So it will print some message, reached maximum value. Okay. So or else, so at the time we have to break the execution should be stopped, or else it needs to print of I. See here, when you run this one, it's printed that 0 to 5. When it reaches to 6, automatically it printed that maximum value. So the same concept will apply in our password checking. When you try to enter wrong password for 3 times or 4 times, when it reaches to, the execution will be stopped there.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So best example, we'll copy in previous example as we checked with that entering of our name to count the number of times. See here, just same program, just we are copying it. See here, just what we are checking, we're checking the password number of times. When it reaches to, when it reaches to 4 times here. count equal to 3 times. Just when it reaches to 3 times, it needs to print a message. Just we will apply break. Okay, just we applied the break, or else it needs to continue that loop of fees. Okay. See here, it's got break, but
Okay.
even the name is got not matched. This one, the name is not
Yeah.
matched, so it needs not to be print this one. So when it matched that one, it have to print that. So it's automatically checked with when you entered a third time, so reached maximum times. So automatically stopped the continuation of execution. It's got stopped. So this is a break. So and also we have that a continue. So we have not only here. For example, we have when you go to the shopping. So for example, you have that limit of your credit card is only 30,000. So we have purchased around 10 products, which cost around 2,500 to 3,500. When it reaches to maximum of your credit amount, so automatically it shows that there is no limit, credit limit only 30,000 we have it.
Yeah.
So when it reaches to maximum, that means when we adding a product to your cart, automatically adding the sum of the values.
Yeah. Yes.
When it reaches a maximum, that will be breaked and it will give some warning message. So like this next statement, we have that transfer statement is a continue statement we have. Continue means even stopping the condition, without stopping of the condition, we can continue the process of execution. We can get based on condition.
So
For
kind of
example,
just giving warning and then continuing.
yes. It
You
asks
put
the
a
user to, if you wanted to continue, it will allow us to continue.
Yeah. So if you put a limit for ourselves, then it will show that limits
Yes,
reach.
it's limit. Yes. Just if it given, just I'm continuing. Whenever it reaches to even number, or else that means this program it automatically prints that even numbers, print of 5 years. See, when you run this one, it prints that only even numbers. So sorry, only odd numbers. See here, when we get that even number, it's showing that continue. Without printing off, it's showing that continue.
So here, for example, in case if instead of even numbers, if you want to give for every 1,000 rupees, I want to get a warning like that.
Yes, we can keep a condition here. So normally, if the range of, for example, let me write some value count equal to 0. Initially, you have taken. So here, just mentioning that the count less than or equal to 1,000, it will ask us to continue the process.
Okay.
The count is less than. So then after performing the count, it asks the user to see, just let me ask the user to enter the values. For example, amount. Let me take the amount equal to int of input of just we are entering amount of 100, 20, 30, 40 like that. When it reaches to count equal to certain values, then it stop the execution. Count equal to count plus amount. See here. 200, 300, 500. It's asking to enter the amount again. Yes, instead of this one, yes, instead of for loop, let me take with the while loop. So when it till not count not equal to 1000, it will be continued. Um, to take
Not equal to less than 1000 or just not equal to 1000?
just not equal to less. If it's asking if the amount is greater than 1000, it should not ask the user to enter the amount.
Yeah.
It's getting stuck when we apply the logic. Actually, when it not reaches to 1000, it needs to take that input from the user,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's getting stuck continuously. Instead of that one, let me take one example of one list value. So here I'll keep 100 comma 200 comma 500 comma 1000. So when it reaches to maximum of 1000, it needs to um, break or continue 600 or 6000. Just I wanted to print. So for item in cart, so let me take the cart. So if item value, if it is item value is greater than 1000, if the item value is greater than 1000, simply it needs to print the logic is reached maximum, or else it needs to and it needs to break the condition,
Yeah.
else it needs to sum or anything can be done. Total sum, how much will be the sum? Let me check that. So here 2100. When it reaches the item cost, see here what we checked here, whenever the item cost is more than 1000 or 1000 or more than 1000, it will not be considered, or it will count the value. See here, so what it's taken the value 100 plus 200 plus 500, so that means 800. 800 plus 300, we have 1100. 1100 plus 1000 we have taken 2100 total taken. So but whenever the sum is greater than 1000, even the sum is greater than 1000, you have to check with that one. So inside of the loop also we can check with that condition reached maximum. If sum greater than 1000, even though it needs to print reached limit, you can apply break. See here 800 1800 only. So that means of even it's now it's not taken that 1000 also, just it left the 1000 and it have taken 1800 only. So let me not to print the sum, because sum is printing inside of the loop. Okay, so that means we can check for the logics in different styles by applying the conditions of infinite loop, of while loop, or nested loops. Just we check it with the cart values on now, because this is a continue and break. Now let me check with the pass. For example, instead of break, we can also use the pass value to print that infinite loop. For example, here for I in a range of, for example, 10 I given, actually I have to print the name of, for example, hello for 10 times. See here, without writing any statement, if I write for loop, just I'm copying and paste it here without writing any statement inside of the loop. If I run this one, it will give the error. See here, unexpected end of file while parsing. And so if you wanted to overcome these drawbacks, drawback of this one, simply instead of printing of the statement, if I write pass, it will execute, but it will not give any output. See here, we didn't got any error, but it's got executed. But if I remove this one, it's getting error, it's giving error because it's end of line. So that means sometimes if you wanted to create a loop without any statements, simply have to mention that is a pass. So as we know that while we playing a quiz, if you don't know the answer, simply we'll say pass. So that
Yeah.
means it will pass to the next level. So likewise, it just passing the execution to the next level. That's a pass statement will be used to transfer the statement of executions. Okay, so these are the control statements part as we discussed here. So in the tomorrow session, we'll start with the strings concepts again. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay.